Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And after we have left, at least for a while, the cold emptiness and void of space, we have our feet firmly planted back into the earth, into the ground, in the Shadowlands. Because, as you can see from this setup here, today I will continue my Defenders of the Shadowlands Shadowdark board role-playing game campaign. And it has been a while, I think 2 weeks or so before or when I last played this game. So I'm actually looking forward to rolling some d20s again, playing some fantasy, fighting some monsters. And before we start, a couple of things. First, I want to show off this beautiful Solo Spelunking channel logo cup that I made for myself. So yeah, this is something I just had made in an online cup print shop where you can just upload images and then basically design your own little cup. But as a side note, you might have already noticed it, more or less as an experiment, I've also opened up a little spread shop where you can purchase Solo Spelunking merchandise if you want. So you can buy like a channel cup, but it's not as beautiful as this one, so be warned. It's just features the logo, because in this shop, for whatever reason, I couldn't set up this panorama mug where I could upload like this image and then put it on the mug twice. So but you can get this and mugs from my favorite space characters, Raya and Nash. But like I said, it's more or less an experiment. I just wanted to try this out. So if you're interested in maybe getting like a Solo Spelunking cup or anything, check this out. You will find it in my shopping tab. And I think, because I just opened this shop, for the next 12 days, you also get 25% off. And it is a US based shop, because Google says most of my viewers are located in the US, so shipping should be probably relatively reasonable. Yeah, but yeah, I really like this cup. So, and I also realized that I didn't really have pictures of Elenora and Reo, so I made some. And because it's Shadowdark, of course, they're black and white. So here we have Elenora, our class fighter, background ranger, race elf, so she is my elf ranger basically. And this is Reo, human fighter class, thieves guild background, so this will be my makeshift thief light. So these are their pictures. And what I did, I got an empty journal, and like when characters die, all the images of past games and past characters, I just glue them in there with a little note from what game they were and where they died. So should these characters perish, they will find their way not into Valhalla, but into my journal of deceased characters. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. So just a little reminder, because it's been 2 weeks, or maybe we have some first-time viewers. So what I'm playing here is a little, yeah, you could say a little game that I designed myself called Defenders of the Shadowlands, which applies a board game-like round structure on top of the Shadowdark rule set. It features set encounters and a little story, and our objective is, in this randomly generated sandbox here, to clear out 3 dungeons to get 3 artifacts that a sorceress located here in Kamaron needs, Raliana the Wise, to perform a ritual to stop a cult of cultists that worship Shun the Vile, who want to basically engulf this land in a never-ending darkness. Yeah, so this is what we are playing. And before we can venture into the dungeons, we of course need gear and experience, so we have to go on different quests. And one of these quests was a bounty hunt for a Reaver that we encountered here in this hex last episode, and we defeated him. Reo, he got down, but Elenora saved him by forcing him to consume a potion, a healing potion. So he is at 2 hit points. Elenora, I don't exactly know where my hit point log is. Let me see. Reo is at 2 and Elenora at 7 hit points. Okay. Yeah, oh, here it says Elenora at 7 and Reo at 2 hit points. I used a potion. We defeated the Reaver. And now we are entering the resting phase in this hex there after the combat. So the combat took place in the encounter phase. Now we're in the resting phase. And we were not able to forage food in the action phase, so we need to consume a ration, otherwise we wouldn't get the benefits of a rest. So as you can see here, we have set up camp, and Elenora, she's tending to Reo's wounds because he's still hurting. So because of this magic potion, his wounds, they have closed, and he is stable, but he's still weak. He's at 2 hit points. So she tends to his wounds and goes, well, you should take it easy tonight. I'm not in such a bad shape, so I will stand guard or stand watch or take watch or whatever for most of the night. I'll just need a couple of hours of sleep, but then I will be fit to stand guard for the rest of the night so that you can rest. And Rhea goes, thanks, Elenora. That is considerate of you. Yeah, I could really need the rest. Yeah, I figured. So why don't you get settled in? But before, so little retcon here. In the resting phase in the wilderness, of course, we do have the option to look for a secure campsite, which is a DC 10 plus danger level. And since we're in plains, the danger level is only 1. So DC 11, and Elenora, she will make an a wisdom check. And she will get advantage because of her ranger background. So this basically happened before we set up camp, that Elenora scouted for a hopefully secure campsite. Let's see how this goes, or this went. 8 and 13. Yes, so we are lucky indeed, because now that we have a secure campsite, there is no risk of an encounter. So that is actually good. That means, yeah, we set up camp and build a campfire. And in my game, if you're in the wilderness, you do not need torches for a campfire. You can always collect some dead wood, firewood, whatever, and make a campfire in the wilderness. So we make a campfire. Elenora takes first watch, but she only, she goes to sleep first. Reo will take first watch, but Elenora will only sleep for maybe 3 hours or so, and then she will relieve Reo, and so that he can basically rest. And so he rests, and before he tucks in, he goes, "It all seemed quiet, Elenora. It seems like you've gotten us a nice little secure spot." And she goes, "Well, let's hope it stays that way." Okay, so Yeah, because it is a safe campsite, there is no encounter during the night, so we start the next round. Oh, I have to cross off rations. I have to cross off rations, of course. So now we are at 4 rations. I got pool rations here, 4. And I also distributed the pool XP. So Reo and Elenora, they both have 17 XP now from the 20 XP they need to gain another level. And yeah, I was really lucky in rolling hit points when I reached level 2. I rolled like maximum hit points. So actually my characters are pretty beefy, but you never know what happens. All right, so movement phase. We get 4 movement points, and through the plains it is only 1 point per hex, so we can reach the city of Noldeck by the end of the day. So we move 1, 2, 3, and by late afternoon we can see the wonderful city of Noldeck on the horizon, and its secure walls. We approach it, the sun is still up, so the gates are open. We enter the city. But the guards, they eye us suspiciously because Reo carries a sack dripping with blood, because this sack, it contains the cut-off head of the Reaver that we have to deliver to collect the bounty. So the guard actually, he stops us and he goes, "What are you carrying in there?" And Elenora goes, because she figures she better does the talking, she goes, "Well, if you must know, it is the head of the Reaver that was ravaging these parts. We took on a commission from the city guard in Kamaron to hunt down this Reaver. There's a bounty, or there was a bounty placed on his head of 150 gold pieces. Here is the notice." And she gets out the notice that we collected from the bulletin board, and it of course carries the official seal. So she shows it to the guard, and he just nods. "And you really took on this Reaver?" "Yes, we did, and we were victorious, but it was a hard fight." Yeah, so Reo now also talks. "Almost cost me my life, if you must know." "Well, looks like you're either very capable or very lucky or both. So yeah, just move along. You're free to enter." Elenora nods slightly. "Thank you." And we enter. All right, now we go into the action phase. So now we're in the city. Because we finished a rest, we are healed at full hit points. Okay, let me just make a quick note. Reached Noldeck at full HP. Okay, so now let's check. We got 2 actions that we can take. So every character, or each character, can take 1 action. We have 26 gold pieces in our pool gold, but we still have a polished pearl and a gold-plated tank yard that might be worth something. So let's look at the city actions. We go into the action phase. And let's look at the city actions. Available actions in this city. We can, of course, buy weapons, gear, and other equipment. Do I need to resupply? Well, I only have 1 healing potion left, but I also don't have a lot of money. And 4 rations. Yeah, I think, let's see. And, oh, treasure gained. That can be sold. Yeah, okay. So, We will take the action sell valuable items that you have discovered. Treasure gained can be sold. For every 4 gold pieces earned by selling items, every party member gains 1 XP. So we can sell our polished pearl and our tank yard for 60 gold pieces. We will do that. So we have pool money of 86 gold pieces. So we got 86 gold pieces, pool money, but the pearl and the tank yard is gone. And because we have at least 40 gold, each of us gets 1 XP, bringing us up to 18 XP. So we still need 2 XP each to gain a level. We are at 4 rations and 1 healing potion. Okay, because the thing is, I thought about this. Actually, we took the bounty commission from the bulletin board in Kamaron. So the bounty was posted by the guard in Kamaron. So I figure that I have to also turn in this quest in Kamaron. So I need to get back to Kamaron to turn in the bounty quest. So this is what I will be doing, but we're still in the action phase. So far I've only taken 1 action, and Elenora took this action. So now I got 1 action left. 86 gold pieces. So okay, so carousing is too expensive. Visit a healer or temple is not necessary. Okay. Elenora already did her thing. Okay. So, because Reo, he's my thief light, so to speak, he will engage in, or no, I don't want to get into trouble here, even though it's not a real RPG. But yeah, why not? So Elenora, she sold our treasure, and then we head into a tavern to celebrate, and also to settle in for the night, maybe later to get a room. And Reo, he's getting cocky, and he challenges some local folk to an arm wrestling match. And I can wager up to 25 gold pieces, and I have to succeed at a DC 15 strength check. And my fighter's grit ability can be used. However, I chose Dex as my grit ability for both my characters. But still, Reo, he's got +2 strength. So I figured, okay, so what the hell? I'm to make it like an even sum should I lose. I wager 6 gold pieces from our 86 and challenge one local guy to an arm wrestling duel. And Elenora goes, Reo, seriously? You just recovered. You just managed to step off the deathbed, and now you already want to do some arm wrestling? What's it with you men? Always have to test your egos or prove your egos or what? Relax, it's just a friendly contest. 6 gold pieces. They're burning a hole in my pocket. All right, see that you win. Okay, so let's see. DC 15 strength check. I get +2, and I have to be careful. I almost put the dice into my teacup. Okay, so I sit down, a local folk, flexing my muscles. 8 +2 is 10. So all the flexing does not help. This guy, he slams my arm onto the table, bam, and goes, ha! Easiest 6 gold pieces I ever made. I'm a little grumpy, but of course I pay. So we are at 80 gold pieces, pool gold. And Elenora just goes, happy now? I think we agreed upon that I carry our party valuables. Yeah, but I can't walk around without any coin in my pocket. I mean, what if I need to, I don't know, get an emergency drink or something? All right, so let's see if we can get a room, find a room. Okay, so after this action phase, we go into the encounter phase. And there's also the possibility of a nasty encounter happening in the city. So let's roll it. D20, city encounters, but they're all danger level 1. Okay. And then let me adjust the scenery here for city encounters. Yep. Yep, this is my standard city encounter map. So the book I'm using is the little book of battle mats. It's called, I think, Destinations and Curiosities. Pretty useful for a game like this. Okay, so encounter. A natural 1. Let's see what that is. A natural 1. Oh, a spooked horse charges through an ally. Ellie, nicht ally, Ellie. That would be a poor ally if a horse charges right through him. Alright, through an ally. Pedestrians jump to the side and panic. Succeed at a DC 12 charisma or wisdom check to calm the horse. If you succeed, the thankful owner rewards you with 5 gold pieces. Okay, charisma or wisdom. Elenora will do the check with wisdom. She gets +2, or she gets +2, and she has to succeed at a DC 12 charisma check. So +2. So pedestrians jump to the side. The horse is charging towards us, and she goes, "Oh!" And the horse does not stop. In the very last minute, Elenora jumps out of the way, and the horse charges right through the LA, continues past her. So that didn't work. And the owner goes, "No, hold the horse," and runs after the horse. Okay, so that was the little horse encounter. I wonder what spooked that horse, Elenora goes. Well, I'm done for the day. It was a long walk. Let's just find an inn. Yeah, okay. So we find an inn. Resting phase in the city is actually pretty good because it is safe. You don't need to eat rations. You just have to spend some money. So the resting phase in the wilderness. 1 gold piece per character for a nice tavern room and a safe and secure rest. And also, I think it was like 5 silver pieces. If you're in a city, 5 silver pieces per character instead of consuming a ration for a warm and decent meal in a tavern. So it is 1 gold for 2 meals plus 2 gold for 2 rooms. So that is 3 gold. That is actually not a lot. So we pay 3 gold. We have a nice warm stew, some fresh ale. We are at 77 pool gold now and have a safe and secure rest in a tavern in the city of Noldek. All right, next round, movement phase. We need to get to Kamaron, and the way to Kamaron leads us through danger level 3 territory. Swamps, hills, or forests, doesn't matter. It's all danger level 3. So, yeah, and difficult terrain also costs 2 movement points. So we go 1, 2, 3, and then we have to stop. Because we can't enter a hex if we don't have enough movement remaining, and we have 4 movement points. And if we had a horse, we had, I think it was 6, but we don't have a horse. And I don't know it yet, but Reo also can't ride a horse because of my cursed armor that I don't know yet that I'm wearing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So that would be 4, 5. So we have to, so we enter, yeah, we have to avoid the hills and forests, because if we can at all, because this is where the Shadowdark creeps out of at night. And that makes it especially dangerous to rest there. Okay. Action phase. We can also take actions in the wilderness. A given is the forage action. Forage. So Elenora, she will take the forage action because she's the ranger. And it is in the swamp, a DC 15. This is a with or in check, so you can choose. Yeah, and if we succeed, every party member gains a ration and refills their water skin, so then we would consume this ration when we rest. So, yeah, let's see. DC 15 in the swamp, wisdom. Her wisdom is +2, and because she's got the ranger background, I'll give her advantage. I need a 13. Come on, Elenora. Yes, 16 and 12. So the 16 does it for us. So I got my little forage yes token here as a reminder. So that was her action. And Reo, also basically a no-brainer. He will take the reconnaissance action. So he sneaks ahead and scouts out the area. He must succeed at 2 checks, DC 15 Dex to sneak and DC 15 Whiz to spot. And if both checks are successful, we can roll twice during the encounter phase and choose the result. Okay, and because he's a thief, he gets advantage on the stealth, but not on the wisdom. All right, so the Dex check, +3 versus 15. Oh, look at this, natural 20. Yes, so silent as a cat and as elegant as a cat. I scout ahead, find my way through the swamp, but now wisdom DC 15, and there I don't get a bonus, so actually that's not that easy. Come on, DC 15. Yes, 18, that's great, because this is a danger level 3 area and swamp encounters, so that was our action phase. And now in the encounter phase, I roll 2d20. I get to read both entries and choose the encounter I want to have. That is a 2 and a 14. Now let's look at the swamp encounters. 2 and 14 swamp encounters. City encounters. Swamp encounters. Number 2. All right, number 2 would be muddy waters surround your path. A dense fog obscures your vision. You face a combat encounter with a viperian and a cobra snake. Line of sight is limited and all ranged attacks have disadvantage. Okay, and the other one would be 14. Okay, 14. Oh, okay. On a muddy trail bordered by mushrooms, sting bats attack from above, drawn by blood. Danger level +1 sting bats, so in this case it would be 4, attack the wounded character with the fewest current hit points. If tied, determine the target randomly. If no character is wounded, all at full hit points, you are lucky. The sting bats fly away without bothering you. Okay, so actually this is nice because I'm at full hit points. I'm at full hit points. So that's great. So I choose 14. So Ryu, he scouts ahead and he sees this Viperian hunter setting up like a trap. And silent as a cat, he retreats, stays hidden, finds Elenora, and goes. He whispers, "There's trouble brewing up ahead. Some sort of reptilian humanoid. Doesn't look friendly. We better take a longer path and go around him." Okay, so we take a longer path. This path leads us through deadwood trees, and within these trees a small swarm of stingbats nests. However, they're drawn to the scent of wait a minute. They're drawn to the scent of blood, and I do have, of course, the bloody head of the Reaver with me. So you know what? I mean, this is not really a role-playing game. This is like a board game with predetermined encounters, but it's also like a framework, and it can be used to basically structure your solo role-playing and make it easier. So I'm going to inject some randomness, some oracle, and I will say that I got a 70% chance that they let me pass without bothering me, but there's a 30% chance, because this is not flesh blood, it's already like dried a little and everything. So but there's a 30% chance that the stingbats, that they catch the scent of the blood from the Reaver's head and still attack. So 70% I'm safe. Let's roll it. Yeah. Whew, lucky me, 18. Yeah, okay. So just to add a little tension, I am lucky, I am safe for now, because I still have to find a secure resting place. So that was the encounter phase. We enter the resting phase. Elenora tries to find a secure campsite. And now, and I really should make a little reference sheet here, I just realized that, because I always have to keep looking up the same things, like the DC. I think it was 11 plus the danger level. No, 10 plus the danger level. So the danger level is 3. It is a DC 13. In a forest or hill terrain, it's always 18, regardless of the actual danger level. So DC 13. Okay. DC 13 with advantage. Wisdom +2. Oh, no. 10 and 8. That means 12. 12 is not 13. So we do not find a secure resting place, meaning we have to roll for a random encounter during the night, and these are always combat encounters. Okay, so we may camp. However, we may camp. We think we have found a nice secluded spot, but we actually haven't. We consume the rations or the things that we have foraged, or that Elenora has foraged for us. So she caught some rabbits, she skins them, we grill, roast, barbecue them over the fire, and it's actually pretty tasty. We got fresh water from a little spring that we found, or Elenora found, and so we use up the foraged food so we don't have to consume our own ration. And then it is time to take turns standing guard. And now I have to see if an encounter occurs, and on a 1 or 2 the rest is interrupted and the party faces a combat encounter and does not gain the benefit of a rest. So 1 or 2, it is an encounter during the night. Five, no, lucky. All right, and a little remark here. So those of you familiar with Shadowdark, you would probably go now, only 1 and 2 for the entire night. Usually, like by the Overland rules, you have to roll per hour. I know that. But like I said, this is a board game after all, and it features basically the possibility or chance of combat in several phases every round. So I didn't want to overdo it and stretch this into one constant long combat, because here you don't really have this freedom of choice you have when you're playing a real RPG, like avoiding combats or looking for other methods or ways, because this is the purpose of this, to like ease the burden on the player. It is like a board game with predetermined encounters and a set structure, so I didn't want to overdo it with the combats, like 2 combats or so every round. So this is why I chose this method. And if you're in a dungeon or in the hills or forests, the chance is also much higher. So in a forest you have to roll a 5+ for a safe and secure rest, and in a dungeon even, in a dungeon there is no safe resting place. And there you always have to roll, and on a 5+ you have to have a safe and secure rest, and 1 through 4 you face a combat encounter, and you also have to build a campfire using torches in a dungeon. And if you can't build a campfire in a dungeon, you only have a safe rest if you roll a 6 on a d6. So dungeons are pretty difficult, and they're danger level 6 locations. So a little side note here. And if you're interested in this game, the preview that I put up on Drive-Thru-RPG is like, I think, almost 40 pages long. So you can check out the entire core rules and structure. The only thing that is not in there, of course, is the encounters, but because if I would have put those in, I might as well give you the whole game for free, which I actually didn't want to do, but you can get a pretty good idea of this game through the preview. Okay, so safe rest, lucky us. Next day, movement phase, and this time we are still in the swamp, because we go 2, 4. So we make our way through the swamp. We reach the edge of the swamp. We can almost see, not quite, but almost see the city of Kamaron on the horizon as we approach the edge of the swamp. And we are a little bit relieved to know that we are almost out of the swamp. So we can basically already smell that the air gets fresher. And but still we have one more rest and encounter phase in the swamp. So actions again. Elenora foraging. I think it was a DC 15. DC 15, and yes, 13. Her wisdom is +2. And so we managed to forage. Forage, yes. So, and Reo again tries to sneak and scout. Sneak first. Yes, natural 20 again. And now scout. I'm using the die that rolled a 20. I'm superstitious. Oh, sadly no. 10 is not 15. I don't get a bonus, so I can't roll twice. So we enter the encounter phase in the swamp. Only one roll this time. It's a 2. We had the 2. That's the Viperians. And this actually makes sense because we knew they were still in the swamp. So maybe they tracked us through, or this, it's only one Viperian. Maybe he or she tracked us through the swamp and, yeah, has set up an ambush. So now we will face a combat encounter against a Viperian and a Cobra Snake. And I have a bad feeling about this because of poison. They're probably poisonous. So, let's look it up again. It is a Viperian and a Cobra Snake. Yes. So let's go to the monster section here. So what I did, I printed out the Shadowdark PDF because I bought the book and the PDF came with the book, and I merged it with the PDF of my game and I printed it all out. So now I got the game with the Shadowdark rulebook in one little tome. So Viperian and Cobra Snake. So Viperian, I think, is like they're like UNT, but I think UNT are not open game content, so they couldn't be used. Viperians, yes. All right, Viperian, lithe snake-headed people with cobra hoods and emerald green scales covering their bodies. Oh no, no poison, but with a cobra snake. So yeah, let me get the stats real quick here and set up the encounter. Get some scrap paper out. Put this a little to the side. Viperian. So AC 13, I read that. HP 13. Ah, damn. Now I messed up myself again because I'm too stupid to close a fountain pen. Okay, so, and Cobra Snake. Cobra Snake. Oh no, wait, I gotta get the other stats first. Viperian. Scimitar. Oh, 2 attacks. Oh, okay. So Scimitar plus 2, and this is the fox, so ranged attacks have disadvantage. Scimitar plus 2, 1d6, or javelin, 1 javelin, close far, plus 2, 1d4 only, but 2 attacks. 2 attacks. Yeah, that's basically the Viperian. And now the Cobra Snake. It's a level 3 monster. Cobra Snake. The bad thing is though about this printed out PDF, it's like glue bound and it doesn't lay flat on the table. So this is a little bit annoying, but other than that, it's actually good. Oh, this is probably under S, Snake Cobra. Yeah. Shark. Snake Cobra, yes. level 1 monster. But also, no AC. Okay, AC 12, HP 4, 1 bite, plus 2 for 1 damage, plus poison. Oh, oops. Poison, DC 18 con, or go to 0 HP with a death timer of 1. Whew. Okay, so better not lose the initiative. And yeah, 1 plus poison. DC 18, 0 HP. Okay, con. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Swamp terrain. Let me see, what can we... Yep, I'm using this one. I'm just using this one as swamp. Here it's actually, I think, cave, but it's got like some mushrooms and stuff. So yeah, we are here. And because I don't want to have you wait too long now, right, so that I get my stuff out, or let's see, maybe I can get it out real quick here. Yeah, I just take this lizard folk here as the Viperian. But the snake will be just a token. So this will be my Viperian. He will be here. So this is a piece of rock that blocks line of sight, and he's got his trained Cobra ally with him. Okay, so now we are doing initiative. So I got +3 and they got +2, and I got +4. Eleonora's got +4. So we are doing side-based initiative as by the Shadowdark rules, but not the chaos mode, so we won't re-roll it every round. And I'm the black die. Ooh, 2. So that's a tie. So I will just re-roll. Ah, look at this. Natural 20, and that's a 15. So we are lucky. So first order of business, of course, that's a little metagaming here, is to try to take out the Viper, because we can take it out with 1 hit, and it is damn dangerous. Okay, Elenora will go first. And I can decide who goes first when it is my side's turn. So it doesn't always have to be Elenora, but now it's Elenora. And she will move over here. And she will shoot at the snake, but with disadvantage because of the fog and the limited line of sight. So it's AC 12, and she gets plus... where are my character sheets? Oh, here. She gets with her longbow, because she's got it mastered, and her far-seeing ability gives her +1, and she's got a dex of 4. So she gets +7 actually, because she's also level 2. +7, but disadvantage. Disadvantage, that is 7. +7 is 14, however, that is enough. And she deals 1d8 +2. So actually, I think that was pretty good. 1d8 +2, 7. Yes, so she moves up here and lets loose an arrow, even though it's all foggy. Her true elven sight can't be fooled. And the cobra snake is gone. Now Reo. He will also move towards over to here, and he will also shoot with his longbow. However, he only gets +4 and also with disadvantage at the Viperian. That is a 9 +4 is 13. That hits for 3 points. Hits on the spot. No, wait. Yeah, +4. Yeah, that is because right, Reo, he's got 3, 4. Yeah, +1 melee range attack as a talent roll. So +4. Yeah, and 9 +4 is 13. That's exactly enough. So now the Viperian is at 11 hit points. But now it's the Viperian's turn. So it charges forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I charge forward towards Reo and make 2 attacks with my scimitars. Okay, so scimitars d6. So black to black, orange to red. I roll them both at the same time, +2. However, Reo, he's got good armor class of 17. He's wearing +1 chain. But 1 hit, 19 for 2 points of damage. 12 misses. So Reo is at 16 HP. Uh, 16, okay. Okay, next round, our turn. Reo will go first this time. And he will attack with his dagger that he has mastered. 1d4 +2 +6 attack. No disadvantage because close combat. 18, that's a hit, but minimum damage, 3 points of damage. So that is 8. Viperian is at 8. Elenora moves forward. 1, 2, 3, and attacks with her masterwork longsword. Masterwork longsword. She attacks +2 versus 13. No, that's a miss. Okay, the Viperian. Again, focusing on Reo. His 2 attacks. And he hisses. Ooh. Oh no, 14, that is 16. No, that's lucky. Both miss, and even though both would have only dealt 1 point of damage. Okay, next round. Our turn again. Reo. This time again with his dagger. Uh, 8 +6. That is 14. That is a hit for 5 points of damage. Ooh, Viperian is down to 3. I should roll moral, but I'm not going to. Elenora. Again, masterwork longsword. +17, and that is 3 points because the masterwork gets +1 damage also. So that is 2 + 1, that is 3. So that's exactly the 3 that we need. So actually that was pretty easy. The Viperian goes down. All right, treasure. Wandering monsters, they only have treasure on a 4, 5, 6, 50% chance. No, no treasure, and I'm not going to roll for the snake. But XP, we're playing hunter mode. And there goes my glue stick. Okay, hunter mode. What was it? I think it was a level 3 monster, so that is rounded down. So that is 1 XP only. So I put it in my pool, in my XP pool. So I collect those in my pool until it's an even sum that I can divide up between the characters. Okay. Yeah, that was the encounter phase. Now Reo is wounded at 16. We have foraged. We enter the resting phase. And we are looking for a safe resting place. It is a DC 13, 10 plus danger level. Elenora gets advantage on her wisdom roll. And yes, she rolls a 12. So actually that was great because we consume the foraged food, but we have a safe rest. So Elenora goes, how's your wound? Let me see. Does it get infected? I hope not. It's only it's only a scratch. Don't worry about it. Okay. All right then. Next round, movement phase. We head to Kamaron. And in the action phase, we first hand in our, and this is not an action, this is like automatic. We hand in our bounty quest. That was quest number 12, so I guess that was 150 gold. Let me check. And I also get XP for completed quests. Oh yeah, I got the book right in front of me here. Okay, so number 12, a Reva, 120 gold pieces. Okay, so to the party of adventurers that slays the Reva, the city will pay 120 gold pieces. Okay, 120 gold pieces, but I also get XP. Whenever you complete a quest, every character in your party gains 4 XP. And for every 40 gold pieces, every gains 1 XP. Okay. Okay. Good. So now we complete this quest. We get 4 XP each, which is enough to level us up. And yeah, and that was not an action, so we can still take an action each. So what I will do is I will end this session here, but I will at least, so I will level up my characters off camera, but so that you know that I'm not cheating. So we get 4 XP. So we are at 22, which leaves us at 2 XP left over from the 20 we needed. Gets us to level 3. And I will roll hit points on camera. But you know what? I will also roll the talents on camera. That's the good thing about Shadowdark. Actually, leveling up is pretty easy. So pretty quick. So level 3 and level 3. So because it's not an even level, it's an odd level. We don't get any bonus as the fighter on our specialized weapon. But let's look up the talent table, fighter class. First look, roll hit points. Okay, so hit points. Elenora first, 1d8 per level. Elenora first. Two hit points. Okay, so it averages out. We had a pretty good roll last time. So 2 hit points. So she's at 19 is her maximum. 19. And now Reo, also 1d8. Five. Ooh, Reo is a tough guy. He's at 23 then. 18 plus 5. 23. 23 HP. Okay, and now, oh, pool gold is 120 plus 77, so 197. Because we completed the quest, I crossed it off my quest log, and now the talent rolls. This time I'm rolling for Reo first. 2d6. 2d6, it's an 8. So what is 8? Fighter, 8. 7, 8, 9. Plus 2 to strength, dexterity, or constitution. Strength, dexterity, or constitution. So for me, this is always a no-brainer. I always choose dex, because I think in D20, dex is just an overpowered superior stat, at least in classic D20. In Knave, it is a little bit different because wisdom is used for ranged attacks and you don't get a bonus to your AC. But here it is used for initiative, it is used for ranged attacks, it is used for armor class, and also for finesse weapons and ranged weapons. So dex is for me always like a no-brainer choice. So his dex will go from 16 to 18, giving him +4 modifier. And this, of course, affects also his armor class and his dagger attack, his longbow attack. So actually a lot of things. But now Elenora. Five. What is 5? +1 to melee and ranged attacks. That is 3 till 6. +1 to melee and ranged attacks. This is great. +1 melee ranged attack. And just put this down here, +2 dex, so that I know that this is also a talent roll. Talent, okay. Yeah, so I recalculate her new values off camera. So that's it. We leveled up. We are level 3. Elenora 19 HP. Reo 23 HP. Dex now 18. Elenora already's got 18, but that's also +4 the limit here in Shadowdark. So the next bump will be strength for Reo. And I think for Elenora as well. Con, they're pretty good. Don't need con. Yeah, but we're not there yet. Okay, so that's it. Yes, thank you for watching, and if you liked what you see, please do consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like, comment, and do all this YouTube stuff that the algorithm likes. And I wish you a wonderful upcoming weekend. I'll try to get another video in this weekend, but I do have to work on Sunday, as a matter of fact. Yeah, but because I'm eager to play, I might be able to get another video in tomorrow. Let's see about that. All right, well, thanks for watching. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Until the next video, bye-bye.